As promised, my channel has reached 50K subscribers, and I'm doing a 50 welkins giveaway in this video. Thank you everyone for the support. If you want to participate, just leave a comment. I will choose 50 winners on the last day of version 4.7, which will be around July 16th. And in this video, I'll talk about all the Archon reruns as well as the release of PYRO ARCHON. Currently, we are in 4.7 and there are only 2 days left until Furina banner, but you are low on Primo Gems? Fortunately, on lootbar.gg, you can get up to a 20% discount compared to in-game prices. Let's try to buy 3,280 plus 600 Genesis Crystals pack for $42, which costs $50 in-game. As you can see, on top of it being cheaper, you get an extra 5% discount, bringing the final price down to $40. So it's a whole 20% cost advantage compared to in-game purchases. We just have to enter the UID and choose a server. Here we go. I received my Genesis crystals in under 5 minutes. Lootbar has over 1,000 reviews, and many big YouTubers have also partnered with Lootbar, making it a trustworthy service. Use my link from the description or pinned comment and get an additional 5% discount. I think a lot of people didn't even notice the pattern in which all Archons start to rerun one by one, so let me explain it. Archons start to rerun in the first patch of the new region and rerun one after another until all the Archons get their banners in that specific region. For example, since version 4.0, we got Zhongli's rerun as the first Archon to rerun, and then all Archons followed him in the subsequent patches. Typically, this Archon rerun starts with either Venti or Zhongli. For instance, when Sumeru was released in version 3.0, Zhongli was the first in the new Archon rerun, then Venti followed in 3.1, and Raiden Shogun in 3.3. When Fontaine was introduced in version 4.0, Zhongli came first, followed by Venti in 4.1 and the new Archon Furina in 4.2. This pattern is consistent, so it's highly likely that Zhongli will be up first in version 5.0, Venti in 5.1, and the new PYRO ARCHON in 5.2. We recently got a new PYRO ARCHON concept, and based on people's reactions, not everyone liked it. She looks like a middle-sized girl, wears a hat, and I guess she has a sword on her belt. But it's not a usual sword. It's more like the sword from Puss in Boots. Anyway, I don't think MiHoYo will disappoint us with the PYRO ARCHON, so the PYRO ARCHON will be in 5.2. Let's move on. Raiden Shogun is expected to rerun in 5.3, while Nahida and Furina are set to rerun in 5.4 and 5.5. On top of that, in 5.6 we should get PYRO ARCHON rerun banner. All Archons are very strong support or DPS characters, so make sure to pull for them. If you don't pull Furina in this update, it will be quite a while before she appears in the banners again. Interestingly, Archons are usually released in versions ending in 0.1 or 0.2. For example, Raiden Shogun was released in 2.1 and Nahida in 3.2. Additionally, Archons are typically rerun 4 updates after their release. For example, Raiden Shogun was released in 2.1 and rerun in 2.5, and Nahida was released in 3.2 and rerun in 3.6. However, Furina was released in 4.2 but reruns in 4.7, which deviates from the usual pattern. Neuvillette, on the other hand, was released in 4.1 and rerun in 4.5, following the usual 4-update rerun Archon pattern. While there are no current Archon in Fontaine, from a developer's perspective, Neuvillette is considered a true Hydro Archon. But it's only based on Archon rerun pattern that MiHoYo followed for several years. Let me know in the comments which Archon you're waiting for the most, and if you want to save up 20% on Furina banner, visit lootbar.gg, link in the description.